Now take the example of certain expenditure. First one is rent. Rent paid during the year 2013 is 13,000. That means per month 1,000, and you have paid the rent from January 2013 to 31st January 2014. So here you have to identify the from rent what is the payment and what is the expenditure. For rent, the payment is rupees 13,000, whereas expenditure is rupees 12,000. That means you have paid the rent for 13 months, but the rent for the year 2013 expires to the extent of 12,000, because you have to pay rent for 12 months. So, but you have already paid the rent for 13 months. You have to arrive at the rent for the 12 months, and you have to decide that that rent expires on that particular year. That comes to 12,000. Whereas actually you have paid rupees 13,000 towards rent. That is called in the year 2013 you have paid rupees 13,000 towards rent. Similarly, take into consideration the tuition fee. You have paid tuition fee for 10 months during the year 2013. Suppose say from 1st January 2013 up to 31st October 2013. Here what happened? You have paid the tuition fee for 10 months instead of 12 months. Here the payment is rupees 20,000, whereas your expenditure is 12 into 2,000 equal to 24,000. Even though you have not paid the rent for 2 months, that means for the month of November or December, still you have to take into consideration the month of November and December as your rent incurred, as your tuition fee incurred. So irrespective of the fact whether you have paid or you have not paid, still you have to take into consideration the unpaid amount to your account to arrive at the expenditure towards the tuition fee. Sure. Similarly, you paid the salary to your driver. Here your payment is, suppose a salary. Your payment is rupees 6,000. Similarly, your expenditure is 6,000. Because whatever you have paid, that is also treated as the expenditure incurred. The expenditure paid is equal to expenditure incurred. Here the expenditure paid is greater than expenditure incurred. Here expenditure paid is less than expenditure incurred. Here the expenditure paid is equal to expenditure incurred. From overall discussion, we arrived at a particular point that payment. Here the narration is the expenditure is paid. Here is the verb appropriate for payment. Whereas equal to expenditure is incurred. The appropriate verb for expenditure is incurred. The incurred verb focused on a particular period. The incurred verb is used for the expenditure which is related to a particular period. The paid verb is used for the expenditure which is paid during a particular period.